Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon, and I'm joined by my co-host today, Brett Clark. We had a fascinating and fun foodie conversation with our guest, Tim Forrest. To catch the entire episode, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find every single episode we've ever done on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle.
Hey, Tim, I loved your story, buddy. You started in the grassroots. I mean, you started at the beginning, boots on the ground. Can you tell us just briefly what your path looks like from loading docks to Tim Forrest Consulting?
Yep, it was unbelievable, but I just fell into, I needed a job in school, so I got a job loading food trucks and then delivering. So I was promoted to truck driver, delivering food, delivering to every channel in the U.S. market as far as leisure, food service, supermarkets, convenience stores, nursing homes, schools, etc., but just the entire channel, even club stores. I had no idea at the time that was going to lead to hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, millions of dollars for entrepreneurs and growing their business, all because I was loading food trucks and then driving food trucks. But that's the genesis of what started me in the food business, and that's what's helped my clients to be so successful, are those beginning times. Those were, at the time, some of those times were dark times for me. Here I am, graduated. Some of my friends are working in Washington, D.C., these big insurance companies, corporate offices, and I'm out on a loading dock with very tough guys, and then eventually driving the trucks and loading trucks for the food business. But that is what's been the genesis, the beginnings of all of my success. And I worked with the largest food companies in the world, Nestle and Unilever, and just celebrated my 25th anniversary with Tim Forrest Consulting because of those experiences. It's really amazing. Your podcast, you mentioned Street Smarts. I got Street Smarts, and that's what in the food business, and that's what's been a big part of Tim Forrest Consulting and my client success.
You probably got some street food in there too, but
yeah,
that could be a whole nother podcast. Tim, one of the things that I really enjoyed listening to was how you help clients, and you've had gazillions over the years, but one really caught my attention. It's the one we started with, so everybody's got to listen to the entire podcast, and that is about kimchi. I would love for you to recount for people watching here the story of Mother-in-Law's Kimchi.
Yeah, when I met Lauren, the founder of Mother-in-Law's Kimchi, she was selling her kimchi from a mason jar. Mason jar is a mother's recipe. And fast forward now, this is not an overnight success, a 12-year success story, but now she's #1 in the country. She sold over $33 million worth of kimchi for her product. A former bartender, just in 2018, I met him. He had a seasoning salt. He had no idea how to commercialize, how to take my recipe and bring it to market. I helped him to do that. Today, he's selling $5 million a year. He has 50 employees in his business selling his seasoning product.
You piqued our interest, Tim. Thank you so much for being a guest on the Shrimp Tank. Our listeners, they're going to want to know more about this. They're going to listen to the podcast. Tell us how they can get in touch with you to learn more about your company. How can they get more information?
If they have an innovative product, an innovative item they want to scale, they can jump on my calendar at timforrestmarkets.com. If they just want more information, they go to my website, timforrest.com, or send me a note, tim@timforrest.com. Hope that helps.
Perfect. Hey, I'll make sure you check out all the replays on the shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle, and wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Google, Anchor, Apple, it doesn't matter. Go listen to it. Also, check out our show's social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Like us, subscribe, and get all the new shows as they come out.
Hey, first of all, Brett, thanks for being a guest host for us. Really enjoyed having you, and thank you for being a sponsor of the show. Tim, before we leave you, tell us about your book really quickly.
Oh, everybody's got a recipe. I learned that from founder of Famous Amos, Wally Amos, shared that with me. But You know, we've been talking about scaling recipes. Everyone has a recipe, but it's the business plan, it's the actions and the decisions you make to grow that product in the market is what will make it successful and will provide the value. And that's what I share. I share the 5 steps for food makers to grow to millions, and I share the insights that have helped so many clients do that.
And that's coming out in January. Look for Tim
January.
Forrest. Go to his website, buy the book. I highly recommend it. Tim, thanks for being on. Everyone, please join us every week at 12 p.m. Pacific for our live stream broadcast on Facebook. By the way, if you happen to like this episode or this video right now, pop a like, subscribe, follow us all the time. Our next show will be on December 28th. Please join us. Until we see you again, be healthy, be prosperous, have fun, dig out those family recipes. Because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond, and the shrimp